Hello everybody, Richard Fergola here from Proud Souls Barbecue and Provisions. We are here to talk about one of the newest grills we have on the floor, the Yoder El Dorado Santa Maria Grill. This is truly a combination of craftsmanship and functionality. You can cook on this in your backyard, you can do indirect, you can do direct cooking. It is truly a backyard masterpiece. But let's start up here in the functionality, the main part of what the Santa Maria Grill does. This piece up here, you can call it the wheel, the crank, whatever you want to call it, is basically made to raise and lower your grill grate. So right now you can see we've got this raised up really far, so we're going to be away from the fire. It's got a brake system right here. As you can see, it's locked in, and all I have to do is grab a hold of this brake and I can start to turn this towards me, and then I can pull this brake off like that, and I could just let this go if I want to, but obviously you don't want to do that. And then I can crank up and I can lock it in position just like that. If we want to go back down, this is where we want to release the brake and then slowly let that wheel turn and bring your grates down. You don't ever want to let go of that or that's going to slam down. And you can see the chain link just slowly lowers the grate, and now we can get back down even lower, and then when we get to where we want, we lock it in place. All right, so now we've learned how to raise and lower our grates, but let's actually talk about the grates themselves. What's really cool, and I love this feature, is that these grates are actually made like a curve. So when you are grilling on them, it's going to collect grease, and the grate itself is angled just a little bit towards the front so that your grease will naturally channel itself down right into these grease trays that are just sitting right inside the front here. And you can see you got a stainless grease tray that you can take out and empty and put right back in. So you are gonna have some of that drip, which you want on the charcoal, but it's actually gonna channel itself down to here, and then you'll be able to have your grease collected and it'll be nice and clean. So when you're setting up your fire on the Santa Maria Grill, it's actually it gives you easy access. The nice thing is you got this big handle on the front, and everything is kind of double walled insulated. So if you just lift up on this handle on the front and let this guy come down, now you can see we got the fire brick in here, which is going to insulate your fire. It's going to get really hot in there. But if you want to manage your fire, you want to add some more chunks of wood or charcoal or whatever, this gives you easy access. The other really cool feature here is there's some holes right in the front of this, right across the front. So if you have a scraper, you can pull your ash to the front and it's going to fall down into these little holes, which brings us to our next feature of this. And there's these locking doors right here, so these things don't automatically slide out. And you have an ash drawer. So when you're pulling that charcoal and that ash through it falls in that hole, goes into these ash buckets, and these can actually slide out. You can dump for easy cleaning. And then you can just slide those back in as such, put your lock down, and that way these don't come out. All right, so another cool feature about the Yoder El Dorado is you have two shelves on each end, two stainless shelves. So you got a little bit of working space. If you're bringing a pan, if you got to slice something or cut something, you do have a little bit of workspace right here. That is a cool feature. And speaking of shelving, we also have an under shelf right here so that you can store wood chunks, wood splits, charcoal, tools, whatever you need to do. So you have easy access to that. And lastly, just want to point out that it's got four casters on here, large casters. So with this being a very heavy piece of equipment, it can be easily moved, rolled around onto a trailer, wherever you need to take it in your backyard for easy mobility. All right, well, thanks for joining us today and talking about the Yoder El Dorado Santa Maria Grill. This is absolutely a phenomenal piece of equipment. You can check it out on our YouTube channel at Proud Souls BBQ, or check it out on our website at ProudSoulsBBQ.com.